Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, so how much days do you need to paint the house? Wait, that doesn't sound right. How many time do you need to paint the house? Wait, how do you use much and many again?
Ah, you've come to the right place and you asked a very good question because it can be really confusing to know whether to use much or many because these two things have the same meaning, but you cannot use them interchangeably. And don't worry, in today's video, I have an English grammar hack that will make it easier for you to know whether to use much or many. So if you're ready, let's get started. Let's do this. Hey, what's happening? I'm always glad to see you here. And if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Anna. Welcome to the channel, where my goal is to help fellow non-native English speakers improve their interaction skills to foster interesting conversations and better communication through practical and simple English. So for more videos like this one, do subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification bell just so you know if I have anything new out. So welcome to the last part of the English Grammar Hack series. This is part 3. The last time we saw each other, we talked about the English grammar hack to know whether to use to come or to go. Now, if you haven't seen that yet, you can always click the link right up here. But today we are going to talk about how to correctly use much and many, which I know can be really confusing because really these two words mean exactly the same thing. But I'm here to simplify things for you with a super simple, easy hack. And make sure you stay until the end of the video where we will have a short quiz just so we know if you really understand the difference between much and many. But of course, as always, we go back to the basic and try to understand these two words a little bit more. So let's start by defining these two words. Much is actually used to indicate the intensity, extent, or a degree of something, but more on an action, a feeling, or change. Meanwhile, many is used to indicate a large number of people or things, tangible stuff. Is that any clearer to you? No? Well, that's okay. That's where our grammar hack comes in. But before that, if you're already getting value from this video, give me a thumbs up right now. So here is the English grammar hack for you. To know whether to use much or many, you have to determine if your noun is countable or uncountable. If it's a countable noun, meaning you can count them, like in the definition earlier, you can count things or persons, 2 girls, 3 pencils. Use many. Again, that's many plus countable noun. For example, in the interrogative, how many students do you have in your class? In the negative, I don't have many friends. Both nouns in these examples are countable. You can have 10 students in your class and you can have 4 friends. So in this case, use many. Now, use much when you are referring to an uncountable noun, meaning you cannot count them. Like in the definition we had earlier, you cannot count feelings, action, or change. Now, there are also some tangible things that you cannot count, like water, air, sugar, or coffee. So for these examples, use much. Again, that's much plus uncountable noun. For example, in the interrogative, how much water do you need? In the negative, he can't have much sugar. As you can see, both nouns in these examples are not countable. You cannot count water and you cannot count sugar. So use much, unless you break it down in specific units. But I'll explain that some more later on. For now, let's go back to the intro.
Okay, so how much days do you need to paint the house?
She said, how much days do you need to paint the house? But can you count days? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Yes, yes, you can count days. The response could be, I can paint the house in 2 days. So the question should be, how many days do you need to paint the house? What about this question? How many times do you need to paint the house? Can you count time? not until you break it down in specific measurements. But in this case, it's not determined yet, so use much. So the right question is, how much time do you need to paint the house? Now, there are instances when uncountable nouns can become countable. For example, money. If it's just money in general, you cannot count it yet because there's no specific value attached to the specific noun. So in that instance, use much. But if you break it down to, let's say, pesos, then you can use many. For example, how much money do I bring to this trip? This uses much because the specific value is not yet determined. But for this sentence, how many Philippine pesos are equivalent to $1? You can use many because there's already a value attached to that noun. And you can actually count coins. So you can really use many. It's the same way with time until you break it down to seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months. Use much. Like the example we had earlier. How much time do you need? How many days do you need? Well, what about coffee, water, or sugar? In their original form, you cannot count them, so use much. But if you break them down to units, you can use many. For example, how many cups of coffee do I order? How many bottles of water can I bring? How many teaspoons of sugar do you take? When you break them down to units, you can now use many. And here we are with the quiz. Here's my challenge for you. Which one do you use? Much or many? Please leave me your answers down below and I will let you know if you got them right. Question number 1. How blank customers are in the store? How blank customers are in the store? Number 2. I don't have blank patience for arrogant people. I don't have blank patience for arrogant people. Question number 3. There are not very blank apples on the tree. There are not blank apples on the tree. And last, question number 4. How blank air passes through the window? How blank air passes through the window? Again, leave your answers down in the comment section down below and I will let you know if you got them all right. Don't look at other people's answer before answering on your own. That would be cheating. And that concludes the English Grammar Hack series. To every one of you who watched all 3 videos, thank you so much and I really hope you enjoyed and learned from them. Now if you haven't seen the other 2, I have a playlist ready for you and all you have to do is click it up here. I'm cheating because I don't really know sometimes where it will appear, so this is fairly safe. If you have any questions, please do let me know down at the comment section down below and I promise that I will get back to you as soon as I can. Hey, before I let you go, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that notification bell so you know if I have anything new out. If you have the time, please do share this video with your friends and your family, especially those you know will benefit from this video. And also, let's connect on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And with that, I'll wish you all a fantastic day and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers! I'm just waiting for the dog to finish barking. He doesn't usually bark that much anyway, so let's just give this to him. Okay, I think he's done. Okay, can I do that again? Can I do that again?